Members of the East African Legislative Assembly are meeting in Nairobi, and top on the order paper at today's sitting were the ICC cases facing 4 Kenyans.
That the Assembly do resolve to seek the EAC Council of Ministers to implore the International Criminal Court to transfer the case of the accused 4 Kenyans facing trial in respect of the aftermath of the 2007 Kenya general elections to the East African Court of Justice, and to reinforce the treaty provisions.
This coming days after Kenyan President Kibaki hinted that his government had not given up on the quest to have the cases facing the Kenyans at The Hague tried at home. And now a boost from the Regional Assembly. Members unanimously agreed to have the 4 Kenyans tried in Kenya or at the Arusha court.
The people of East Africa have spoken. So I would really expect that the international community, if they really valued the principles of democracy, that they should be able to actually support us and say, let's facilitate the process of having the trials back home.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those say no. The ayes have it.
Recent statements within government point to a deliberate effort across the political divide in Kenya to apply brakes on the ICC process. The East African Legislative Assembly becomes the latest body to apply pressure on the ICC, the African Union having made its stand on the matter known much earlier. It remains to be seen whether these latest efforts will stop the ICC train, which has since left the station with the suspects only awaiting hearing of their cases. Hilary Yesiga, NTV.